Welcome back to the farm, everyone. This is Andy, and just wanted to kind of give a little word of encouragement to everybody. Um, it's We're just getting over 7 inches of rain here. It rained 7 inches. It seems like everything, as far as anything to do with the garden this year, has just went south. It's worked against us the whole year. We started off with a cool spring, and now the temperatures are finally getting to where they need to be. But we actually went through a small drought, and now we had 7 inches of rain. It all come at one time, and I don't know. It's like the weather just can't get right this year. It's either all or nothing. It's either cold or hot. It's either no rain or all the rain. Um, but I wanted to talk about something real quick. This is going to be a pretty short video, but I hope it's a little bit of encouragement to everybody. Every time I turn around, there's just something that seems like it's trying to just say, just don't fool with this stuff anymore. Try not. I mean, why fool with it when I can go to the grocery store and buy it, or I can buy it from a neighbor down the road here? You know, so the reason why I fool with it, well, first off, is I enjoy doing it. I've always enjoyed planting, garden, and doing anything, working in the dirt, anything like that. I just enjoy doing it, messing with animals. But the main thing is because you can't never tell whether old Joe down the road here is going to have produce for sale this year, or extra produce like he always does. Or you never know whether you go to the grocery store, might not have what you want, and God knows how it was grown. I mean, you never know. You just don't know. So if you grow it yourself, you know what you're getting, and you know what you're going to get out of it, and you know what's went into it. I guess that's the better way to say it. You know, like I said, like you've heard me say in many, many videos, it's the way I was raised. We always grew garden, we always grew pigs, we always had cows, we always done it all, and wasn't necessarily because we wanted to. It's just the way we lived. But I think it's more important now than ever because you just never know what you're going to get when you go to the grocery store and buy it, and Lord knows that what you grow on your own tastes 10 times better than the stuff you buy in the store. There's just no other way around it. It does. So, don't, no matter what, if you try it and the first year don't go good, don't give up. Don't give up at all, because, like I said, I still have bad years now, and I've been doing it all my life. I'm 33 years old. So you learn something every year. I could tell you one way to do something this year, and next year it may not work just because the weather was different, or the deer acted different. I mean, we have a bad problem with deer getting in our garden here. And a deer you can go in and have the prettiest crop of green beans or corn or anything like that, and the deer wipe it out in one night. And there's nothing no more heartbreaking than to pull up to your garden and see it destroyed. Especially when you had a beautiful crop waiting for you that was about ready to be picked. So like I say, don't let anything discourage you, and just keep on with it. Don't give up after the first year if it didn't work out. Just do your best, and that's all you can do. And every year you'll learn. And I can guarantee you can be doing it for 50 years, and you're still going to learn something on that 50th year of growing a garden, or raising your own animals, or raising anything. But another point I wanted to make was, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I just ain't got time to fool with it," or I ain't got nowhere to do it, or anything like that. And I mean, I know a lot of people don't have time, but listen, I work a full-time job. My wife works a full-time job. Sometimes I'm gone 10, 12 hours a day. And still, when I get home in the evenings, I come to the garden and take care of what's need to be taken care of. I feed animals. I don't think it's as much as not having time as people really wanting to. It's all in what you want to do. Because if anybody don't have time, it would be me. And I'm not saying that just to talk myself up or nothing. I mean, it's just the truth. You know, so finding time to do it isn't as much of a problem as I see as wanting to make the time to do it. So think about that as well. You know, I feel like anybody can do it. Most people, on average, are at home on the weekends, and you know, and I know you want to spend time with your family and everything else. Well, in all honesty, there's no better family time than to get them out in the garden and work in the garden. You know, it teaches your kids a lot to get them out and work in it and everything. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, growing up, some of my best memories was in the tobacco field and with mom and daddy, and that's memories that I'll never forget. So I just try to recreate that. You know, we don't raise tobacco anymore, but I try to recreate it with the garden and everything else, and get the kids out here and let them and teach them some stuff. Teach them where their food comes from, and teach them what a little bit of hard work is. You know, and make them appreciate their food better. Um, but anyways, like I said, I just wanted to make that little point here, and I hope it kind of encourages some people. You know, this is probably a pretty boring video, but just me standing here talking. But another thing I did want to mention is you might have watched my potato planting video a couple of weeks ago, or probably been a month ago now. And I said something in that video that I didn't really think much on until old Chris over at Homesteading the Hard Way, he brought it to my attention, and I was explaining how to cultivate your potato rows. And by the way, I'm down here at this garden where the potato patch is, but I was explaining how to cover up your potato rows and plow a straight line, and I said you can't plow straight looking back. And if you want to see that whole story there, I'll put a link up in this video to that video. But Chris brought it up and said, you know, there's a lot more to that than just what you meant by it. And we got to thinking about it, and sure enough, it is. You know, if you look back on a bad year or anything, you'll never get anywhere trying to grow your own food and do your own thing like this, because you can have a bad year and it'll just discourage you. And if you look back on that, you'll never get anywhere when you're moving forwards. So you know, in turn, you can't plow straight if you're looking back. So just remember that. I might end up using that as my closing out phrase to every video. But I mean, there's a lot of truth to that and a lot of meaning to it, that more than what I meant by it in my video, really. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I've got a little bit of work to do down here, and then I'm going to pick up my kids from a babysitter. But anyways, thanks for watching, and remember, you can't plow straight looking back.